Okay, I'm recording Endwell. This is Hooper Road, looking south. As you can see, the Endwell Fire Department is still there. The shopping centers that we remember so well have changed quite a bit. We now have a Rite Aid, which certainly was not there back in the 1970s or 60s. And looking towards the west and the north, we have a shopping center where the Loblaws used to be, having among other things a dry cleaner, a Subway, and a Lourdes rehabilitation service. And now looking north on Hooper Road, and you can see we do have a gas station still here, but no hemp drugs. There is a Curves for women, a pack of mail, and over here, a liquor store, and a dry cleaner. This is what we used to call Our Lady of Angels Church. As you can see, it's undergoing some construction in the parking lot, and it is now called the Church of the Holy Family. I believe Christ the King Church is now gone, but I will verify that shortly. At least it's not a parish anymore. Here's another view of Hummerbrink Elementary School and Briar Lane, which connects it, and the houses that are around it. And I believe one of these classrooms I attended kindergarten. Here's another view of the back of Hummerbrink Elementary by the kindergarten area, as I recall. Some of you may recall this path that took you to the neighboring street. There were quite a few of these in Endwell. Now, let's go up and see how the playground is doing. It's still hilly. It's hilly here, as I recall. And the playground now says something about Spartan soccer. I remember the high school was the Spartans. I'm assuming this has become their soccer field. Instead of just a general purpose exercise field. As you can see, there is a playground, jungle gym, etc. toward the north of the field. And here is the back of Hummerbrink Elementary School. Not quite the same as I remembered. It may have been expanded a bit. I certainly have some pleasant memories here. From my car, here's a brief picture of the street, Pine Street. We do it in the corner of Briar Lane and Pine. Here's Winston Drive. And there's some commercial stuff going on. Where I recall there were willow trees. Okay, this is Winston Drive. I'm doing something slightly illegal here. I am driving my car north of Winston Drive. So you've seen the view through my windshield. Dean. Kent, or I'm sorry, Kemp, and of course the street many of us know and love, Scribner. Come up. And our old house looking quite a bit different than it did. Let's take a closer look. Alright, so here's Winston Drive. It's looking a lot greener than I recall. And here's Scribner, looking toward the east, I guess. Also looking very green. And some of the houses that we're close to us, including, of course, 3601 Scribner Drive, which looks much bigger. As you can see, red shutters, white house, vinyl siding it looks like. I don't recall that. The tree that Dad planted has certainly grown very big. There's a couple pines in the corner. Let's take a closer look. It's a bit hard for me to recognize the back of our old backyard. It's certainly been terraformed. Here's a driveway here. The area for the kitchen has been extended. There's a shed. A somewhat natural, I guess, garden look here. Of course, it has air conditioning, which we didn't have before. And also, if you look over here, it's a lot greener. There's all sorts of trees in the backyard, towering up into the skies. Here's the side of our old house. Again, you can see all the trees that have grown in 40 or 50 years. And the garage door is no longer there. Front porch looks a lot nicer. The windows are open upstairs. The room above the garage was my room for many years, as well as the room above the doorway. But it's looking, I think, very pretty overall. It's just very large, and the garage is gone. This is from the top of Scribner Drive. Move it out a little bit so you can see Scribner Drive and all its gloriousness. Verna Lane. Looking around. Intersection with Alpine Drive. There was a bus stop there, as I recall, where I got picked up. And looking down Verna Lane to the Homer Brink Elementary School and what's now, I guess, the Spartan soccer field. I don't know if this looks familiar to anybody, but this is Ventura Boulevard, and I'm standing at the intersection with Pheasant Lane. So this is looking south. Here is a northern shot. The hill is still steep. I recall thinking these houses were pretty fancy when we were living here. Some of us call this area Snob's Knob. Looking up Ventura Boulevard, I'm not sure, but I think behind that house behind the trees belonged to the Malazaks. And of course, looking west down Ventura Boulevard. This is main Endwell High School from Pheasant Lane. Wow, those tennis courts look a lot bigger than I remember. High school looks pretty. There's still a pathway going down to main Endwell. I don't recall it being quite this all the steel, but memories may be false. And of course, looking up Pheasant Lane. And down the street toward Hooper Road. Let's see if I can get a closer shot. Well, goodness, this is what used to be known as Christ the King Church. Would you believe it's been sold and has a different name? Well, yes it does. Let's see what it is. It is the Triumphant Life Church. Everybody deserves TLC. And it's a little bigger than I recall. I guess probably they're doing a little bit better than the Catholics. As for Christ the King School, this is what it used to be. Not sure what it is now, but there's something, looks like it's probably abandoned. There's where I spent first and second grade, as I recall. I am going to try to peek in the window here. It's getting to be twilight, so the lighting is not fantastic, but we'll see what we can see. Can't see a whole lot, but this is what you can see. Let's go around the corner here. So anyhow, here's what used to be where the sisters hung out, the convent, I guess you'd say. And here is the side of the school, our former school. Let's take a look. See if we can see anything. There's no trespassing. Visitors must sign in at the desk. Certainly looks a bit worn. Doubt we can see anything through the window, but let's take a look. Another set of doors in the hallway. Certainly is peeling. 50 or 60 years will do that. And here are the classrooms that I knew so well. Lots of fiberboard here. Not doing too great. Needs a little redevelopment. And as you can see, a lot behind. Here's another view of the back of the convent, I should say. And the side of the school. The underground area is now fenced in. Looking a bit viney. There's still a lot back here. I don't remember being paved this much. Let's see what else we can see here. Apartments across the street are still there. And the back of the school is also very green and viney, obviously not being very well taken care of. Alright, so this is Davis Avenue. You see the neighborhood hasn't really been developed. There's my car. Terry is sitting inside. And here is the other side of the school. What I used to know is 8th grade and 5th grade. And again, it's looking pretty viney. Well, I lost the audio to this portion because I think my finger was over the microphone. I did that a lot. I'm not getting used to the iPad. But here, of course, is Christ the King School, built in 1962, which I was not aware of. So I was there, I guess, 2 years after it was constructed. And here's the area along the side of the school looking south. Just another view. It's actually pretty sad. That is my 3rd grade classroom right there. I'm going to attempt to look in the window, but you don't really see too much because it is twilight. Here's another voiceover. This was taken at the Country Club Road near Hoover Road, and another view of the Endwell Fire Department and the shopping center around there. The area has changed quite a bit. There's a Dunkin' Donuts. There's quite a lot of Dunkin' Donuts in the Triple Cities now, and there's a large credit union back there as well, Federal Credit Union. And the retail has changed quite a bit too, over the years. Looking at Endwell United Methodist Church on Watson Boulevard. Those of our boys will remember that we had our Boy Scout troop meetings in their social hall, I believe, Troop 232. I'm going to show you Watson Boulevard, which is looking a bit sad. And this is the concluding narration because this is the end of the video, but as you can see here is a little bit more Watson Boulevard, a car wash, and the whole area is quite sad, unfortunately. But it was a nice trip, and I certainly enjoyed it. Hope you did too.